Okay, people, so let's take a look at Throuple. This is I believe it's the feature debut from Greyson Horst, written by Michael Doshier. The film is produced by Emmy Shockley, Phil Hughes, and Cara Bartek. It's executive produced by Julia Bicknell, Nanachka Khan, and Tristan Scott Behrens. Dalian Burns took care of the music. Martin Blanco is on cinematography. Boris Oswell edits the piece. Production design, we have Mary Markson. Stein Dolham took care of costume design. Hair and makeup, we've got Addie Fomp. And our cast, right? We have got Michael, played by Michael Doshier. We've got his best friend, his best friend Tristan, played by Tristan Carter-Jones. Her girlfriend, Abby, played by Jess Gabar. And then we've got Connor, played by Tommy Heleringer. His husband, Georgie, played by Stanton Plummer-Cambridge. There's Beth Million, played by Bethlehem Million. Taylor Turner, played by Mac. No, Taylor Turner plays Mac, right? Yes. Ralph is played by Charlie Reed. And we've also got Bobby Wojciechowski and Max Larson in roles. The gist story: Michael, a lonely gay singer-songwriter, has lost his way and his voice. He's hopeless. He's hopeless when it comes to dating and struggles to express what he needs from the people in his life. Not to mention, he hasn't really played much of his music for anyone in years. His social circle consists of his best friend Tristan, and Tristan's girlfriend Abby. Much to Abby's chagrin, Michael leans on them to fulfill his needs for emotional intimacy. One night, as Michael mans Tristan's merch table, he catches the attention of Georgie and Connor, a married couple looking for something or someone to do. A nonchalant hookup becomes a night of vulnerability that none of them expected. With encouragement from Tristan and Abby, Michael pursues Georgie and Connor. The couple challenges Michael to open up about his feeling and even write some new songs. And for his part, Michael ignites a flicker in their marriage they feared was long gone. But Michael's world is thrown into chaos when Georgie, Connor, Tristan and Abby all make life-altering decisions that leave him feeling abandoned. Michael must decide whether to express his feelings and go after what he wants, both in his music and his relationships, or watch them all slip away. So, Throuple. Now, whenever AJ comes with a film, I know it's going to be an interesting one, right? I know I'm going to enjoy it. But it's always different. It's always a different experience. And with Throuple, this one, I think we've seen a lot of films in the queer space that are dealing with relationships and things, but they just, I don't know, they don't always feel real, right? A lot of times the relationships, the connections, the friendships, it all feels like there's these barriers there that wouldn't. Like people are just reading lines. With Throuple, we get this real emotional impact. And I think you don't even have to be gay for it to resonate with you. Because I think we've all had situations where, you know, you're trying to find people to fit, people, just one person to fit everyone, right? There's a void, and so you lean on people too much. Right? I think we've all been there. So it just makes this super interesting, you know? I mean, we open up and we've got, well, firstly, I will say, the use of still images, right? The use of still images is really interesting here. As the film opens, we got images of Michael and Tristan together. And then Abby joins to mix. So you can see that, you know, there was this friendship and then someone new comes into the mix, right? So all of this, it becomes very clear just from these images, right, before anything gets said. But we also have these two scenarios going on at the same time, right? We've got Tristan recording an album, and we've got Michael teaching a lesson and then kind of getting into it with a student. Kind of, I guess you'd call it a student, a customer, someone taking lessons from him. And so we're seeing these two different dynamics. And throughout the film, right, we do get this kind of split screen effect. Sometimes it's things happening in two locations. Other times it's in the same place, but we've got someone in one room, someone else in another room. And it really works very well. Really works very well at helping to show the differences in a situation, right? The two different people's viewpoints on something, or the juxtaposition of a scenario, you know? And that's just like, oh man, it's really well conceived, right? Because I think it does a great job of bringing you in to these different dynamics. You know, there's a point when, two people having a discussion, let's say, and then two other people are getting kind of intimate. But then there's other things going on. So we're seeing, so it's interesting that while this one conversation, this other more intimate kind of process is going or starting, you know, and we get a lot of that, which is, yeah, it works because, right, you have this conversation about feelings and emotion, and then other people actually having those feelings and emotion, right? So the film is littered with these great things, you know, and we have these scenes, man. Like there's this bit when, Tristan is about to go and perform, and you can see like Abby's trying to help her, and then Michael comes along and he's just like, do this and there, this will help, and blah, blah, blah. And you kind of see the look on Abby's face of, like, I should be the one giving her the support, but again, you kind of come and push yourself into this situation, right? Like, there's this other bit where another conversation is, you know, we're getting this talk about someone's aspirations, and as the camera pans, we see their partner, and you can see that they've heard something that has completely opened things up, that has let them see this new fold, this new dynamic to their partner. And these moments are great. These moments are great, right? We don't get that thing where everything needs to be tied up neatly with a bow. You know, there's one of my favorite bits is, you know, someone offering a weak ass apology, and the other person is just like, nah, that's what. But then going, we need to talk, right? And then they have this further conversation where, because that's what happens sometimes, right? Like, you might not hear the thing that you want or need, and where in some films, right, you have the person then slam the door and it's just like, ah. In you know, in real life, right, when you're grown and sensible, it's just like, yo, look, there's still things to say. Let's try and break this shit down, you know? And so that's what is so great about this film, you know, about Throuple. There's, as a concept, you know, as a concept, I have no clue, right? I'm not trying to do a Throuple. I'm very good with my girl, right? We're not looking to bring someone new in. We're not looking to, you know, open up a marriage or anything like that. But even though not our experience, you can still watch this film and be connected to it, right? Because it's all about emotion. It's all about finding a way to connect with someone or people. You know, it's about using things as crutches. You know, being afraid to open up and communicate. All of these things are there. And I think all, for the most part, right, everyone has experienced these things. You know, whether you are gay or straight or whatever, you know, black or white, big, tall, fat, thin, just, it doesn't really matter. We have all experienced these emotions. And so I love the way these emotions are painted for people to view, and real life is breathed into everything. You know, we have really great performances, and man, some of these expressions, right? Because that's where the emotion is sitting, right? When the camera pans to someone and the look on their face, right? Whether it's contemplation, abject fear, joy, love, or it's all there. It's all there in this magnificent way. So if you like films that deal with honest relations, then people, you want to check out Throuple. If you enjoyed, I think it was called Good Grief, right? It was by the 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 son of the guy who created Schnitt's Creek, right? I mean, it's something Levy. And so he had a film on Netflix, Good Grief, last year. And I think if you enjoyed that, you will really enjoy Throuple. Because I think in that film, I didn't quite buy relationships, but so Throuple, man, you know what I mean? So yeah, if you're looking for a film dealing with real emotions, right, real love, then people, Throuple is going to be the thing that really shines for you. And yo, it's handled by AJ Furman, the great AJ Furman, and we know when she puts her stamp on a film, you need to pay attention. So those are my thoughts on Throuple. Let me know, did it resonate with you?